Bring me my next tribute.
Here you go, Lord Boba Fett. It's a green Wookiee skin, because the Wookiee was green. I don't know what happened.
Your family is safe for this week.
Oh, thank God. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Another week, another Book of Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett review with your boy Ben and
James.
Welcome back, guys. This week's episode was a little divisive. It was a Mandalorian episode. Basically, it was not a Boba Fett episode. Not to say that as too much of a bad thing, though. We did enjoy this episode, so we're gonna go right into talking all about it. And thank you guys for joining. Cheers.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Let's get into it. What is this one called? What chapter was it?
The Return of the Mandalorian.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Wow. A little on the nose. Alright, guys, so this is Chapter 5, The Return of the Mandalorian, directed by
Bryce Dallas Howard.
And she did a great job.
Amazing. Like, she's really, I was blown away at how great this episode was.
I mean, she is kind of lucky, though. She's just directing another Mandalorian episode, which she's used to at this point. So she kind of got it a little easy. But with what she had, with what she did, really good stuff.
Yeah. It just appears to have a little higher budget, at least it looked like to me, because we're leaving Tatooine. We're in new planets, new environments, a lot of new like makeup effects and all that stuff, as opposed to like the recycled ones in cantinas and stuff. So it just looked like this one had like the brunt of like all the budget, and sadly it didn't involve Boba Fett. Boba Fett was 0 seconds in his own damn show, culminating to the season finale. So that's where you're mentioning that we're a little conflicted. And I feel like we're all conflicted because the episode was so outstanding. It was fun, all this stuff. But at the same time, he just keeps getting shortchanged and getting the shit end of the stick.
Like we were saying, it's not the worst thing. We did really enjoy this episode. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of reminiscent stuff to old school Star Wars. We get the Naboo Starfighter. You see a Womp Rat. Mm-hmm. They go chasing through Beggar's Canyon, you said.
Yeah.
They like pod racing flashbacks. I had a lot of fun with it. But at 10 minutes in, when I saw that it was going to be Mandalorian focused, I knew it. And I was like, this is going to be a Mandalorian episode. This is not going to be Boba Fett's. I had this feeling like Boba Fett's not going to be in it at all. It's a Book of Boba Fett, guys.
Yeah.
Who missed the memo?
Who mixed up the scripts?
Yeah.
In between the departments.
This is a completely different show. But any anger that I had was completely washed away by seeing that Naboo Starfighter, baby. Seeing it getting fixed up and flying around in it. Ooh! That thing was sharp.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited that Boba has a new ship. That's super cool.
Mando.
Not Boba.
I mean, the episode, once again, you can't even get mad because it was so enjoyable. Yeah. The locations, the character development, the exposition, everything was just so fun and exciting. Great job on the team, the directing, the editing, everything was just,
Yeah.
It could have been worse because have they been fucking up Boba Fett for the last couple episodes? They could have made a terrible Mandalorian episode. But you know what? It was the cream of the crop. It was just so beautiful that you can't even get mad.
Yeah, it had good action. It starts off with him like getting a bounty, and that's what we came.
Oh, yeah.
And that's so weird because that's what we came to Boba Fett for. We were like, all right, we're Book of Boba Fett. We're gonna see bounty hunting. We're gonna see collecting bounties, fighting, action scenes. I haven't really got too much of that.
Yeah.
Cool stuff on Boba Fett's end, but Mando comes in and just saves the day, like destroying these guys. He's got his Darksaber. He's trying his best to like drag it off the floor and cut some dudes in half. And it looks amazing.
He chopped the guy in half.
It was great.
And then he chopped his head off. Like, that was hardcore for a Disney show.
It had good action.
Fun.
It had good action, and it had good humor. Like, at first, I thought this episode was directed by Taika Waititi for a second. Because the comedy was spot on. They have this funny scene, like an airport scene, where he has to, like, unload all of his weapons. Because he's carrying a full arsenal on him. And it's funny because James was talking about a similar situation. Whenever this man has to go to an airport, he hates airports. Because he's got an arsenal on him as well. Right?
Story of my life. I always have to remove so many things.
It's like, all right, take him out. Take everything off. All right, here's my gun. Let me get that out. Okay, now there's the sword.
Yep.
Okay, now let me get this off.
The grenades and I've been there, Mando. Story of my life. It happens all the time.
Sorry, didn't mean to take your sword from me, buddy.
It was great to see Mando finally meet back with his tribe.
Yeah.
Kind of
The
sucks.
two of them.
Yeah, 2 left. And they were both kind of a little passive aggressive from the start. Then not once they're like, "Hey, good job, Mando. You
Whoa,
made it,
is that
buddy."
the Darksaber? Holy shit! Like
One of
what a
our
badass.
guys. Yeah, our team.
Go
got-
Team Mando.
Yeah, no, not once.
They're like, you going that in combat, right? It does come off really backhanded.
yeah. It's like he's like the unwanted child of the tribe.
Yeah, dude, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, you would think that like one member of your
Would
tribe.
you think the sword would demand some respect?
Yeah, definitely. And like with the elevation of that member, all the members of the tribe are gonna go a little higher. You would think like, oh hell yeah, our team.
We're to be feared again.
Yeah, and now they're just like, man, did you win it? You should have killed him. You should have like coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like fuck you. Like I have the Darksaber, not you. You know?
I'd have hined and quartered him.
Yeah.
And you didn't. And then they wait to the very end. The armor waits to the very end to be like, after she trains him a little bit, after she makes some armor for him, makes something for Grogu. We got Grogu's mystery gift. Who knows when we're gonna see that? Well, that's gonna be pretty interesting. We go through all that, and then she's like, "Have you removed your helmet though? Like, we need to know." He's like, "Damn, I kind of did a couple times." And they're like, "All right, you're out of here. Hit the streets. Hit the road, Jack."
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone.
You would think they would ask that on day one, like the first 5 minutes. but
Lead
no.
with that question next time.
Yeah, like I did find that a little jarring. Like, why would she ask that when she just defeated this guy? She could have just been like, enough. That's it. You guys
completely undercut, taking the rug out of him from this great victory he just won. Like, I deserve to have this saber. Nope, you don't. Well, I mean, he still does because he's won, so he keeps it. They don't take it from him. But she's like, well, you can't be one of us anymore, though. Sorry. And then bye. Like, but that's, I mean, I get it. That's how they are. They're like stone cold on their laws. Like, they're not going to be swayed to think a different way. They're by the book when it comes to stuff like that, which is good in some aspects.
It's kind of
but
shitty
it was,
in some.
yeah, it was pretty weird seeing him. Like, he just came back and now he's kicked out. So.
Yeah, like, man, you guys could have, like, given him a hug. Is that against the creed? Like, Jesus.
Hell no, bro. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my my grading for this episode. All in all, because it was a Mandalorian episode, not a Boba Fett episode, I have to give it a 7 out of 10. As a Mandalorian episode, I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10.
It was
As
great.
a Boba Fett episode, it's got to get knocked down a couple notches because there's just no Boba Fett. But, I mean, 7 out of 10 is like the lowest I think I'll go. Because I did really enjoy it. It was super cool. It was Star Wars, like you said, to a T. Thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of fun. What about you, James? What do you think you would give it?
Well, like you, I'm torn. This is my favorite character of all time, and it just seems like they had no clear vision what to do with him. We were talking about it earlier before filming. It looks like with this episode, the writers were just more invested and excited to talk about Mando, and that's their baby,
Yeah.
so you can't even blame them.
It's Bryce's baby, too.
Yeah, so it makes sense. But it just sucks that this guy's getting just the shit end of the stick all the time. Outside of that, I gotta be honest, I loved this episode. It was just great to see Mando again.
You said you were camping, watching it?
Yeah, I'm camping in the desert, and I set the alarm at 1 a.m.
He's
and
up.
Yeah, I'm sleeping in my tarp. I get up, go to my Disney Plus app, and I watched it out there in the
Boba
desert.
time.
Which there was no Boba time, but as a show,
But he loved it.
generally, I'm gonna give it, a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, it sucks that Boba's not on it, but it was just such an enjoyable episode. It was just perfect Star Wars, perfect recipe.
Yeah.
Enough cheesiness, enough cool action, enough new planets, and finally we leave Tatooine for a little bit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
A little bit of Fennec at the end saying like, hey, come join us. We got this thing to do. And he was like, we need some muscle. And he's like, all right, let's do it. I got
At least we got that. At least we know that Mando for sure. Because we theorized, but I mean, theorizing can go
So far.
Yeah, but we know for sure Din Djarin's gonna join Fennec Shand, Boba, Black Chrysanthemum, and who knows who else.
And who knows who else?
Great episode. It could have easily been episode 1 of season 3 of Mandalorian,
Yes.
and we would have loved it anyway. But
Feel like it
guys,
should've
Boba only had 7 episodes, and one of them did not even involve him. So we're down to 2 episodes with him. Please give my guy some justice. please do at least a decent job with him.
Yeah,
he's
man,
earned
make him
it.
cool
you know?
again.
Yeah, make Boba Fett cool again.
Make Boba great again. Yeah, man. So we got our penultimate episode next week, guys. Make sure you're back here to see what we think about it. Please, if you guys like this episode, if you didn't mind that it was more Mandalorian centered, if you wanted to see more Boba, we would love to hear what you guys think. Please let us know. Any questions, anything at all, man, just shout us out. Write anything at all, guys, in the comments, and you have a chance of being shouted out.
One more thing, I'm just curious at everybody watching. Comment down below, who do you think would win in a fight? Boba between Boba and Din Djarin. Let's just.
What kind of weapons do they have? Yeah. Does he have the darksaber? Right now, with his setup, without this, it got melted down. So he's got his gun, he's got his sword, he's got all his other goodies. Boba's got his goodies. Who would win in the fight? And even with him with his darksaber, but he's got the training with his darksaber that he has now.
But Boba would also have his gaffy stick from the Tuskens as well,
and he has all his years of training.
Yeah. Which
so far hasn't amounted to anything, unfortunately.
But yeah, let us know, because that's an interesting fight. I'm starting, as much as I love this guy and he's my favorite character, I'm starting to see. I hate to say it, but he's the more interesting character. Overall, he has better writers behind him.
Well, I don't know if we talked about this in this part of the review, but that it seems like Mandalorian's really taking over Boba Fett's spot.
Oh yeah,
as the muscle, as the bounty hunter, as the man of mystery, and Boba Fett's kind of transcended and is now like in a managerial position, like where he's trying to be like a boss. So yeah, let us know, guys. Who would win in a fight though? Right now, they had to duke it out. Maybe he wanted the darksaber or something, and he wants to fight him for it. Would he be able to get it? That's a good question.
On the spot, Ben.
Okay.
Who are you going with?
See, and this is tough because I want to say Boba, but based off his track record so far, I'm gonna have to go with Mando. But I want to say Boba. I feel like before this show, I would have said Boba, 100%. But now seeing where he's at, I'm gonna have to go with Mando.
Forgive me while I cry into this beer. I'm gonna be such a loyal piece of shit that I'm gonna go with Boba. Even if Boba goes down, like, I'll go down with him just because I love this character so much. But I can see why
he should have the experience. He should be able to take him out.
And he, sorry. And we've seen him. We've seen him be ruthless. We've seen him be dangerous. Yeah. But
even
anyway.
in the Mandalorian show, he the first time he came out, he was kicking ass, saving Mando's ass. So. I'm gonna stay Team Boba just because I'm just a very obsessive person. But you guys let us know who you think would take that fight. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been great. Be sure to come back. Like I said, next week we got the penultimate episode, guys. Should be a good one. Hopefully we get to see a little team up action going on, and it's not just another Mandalorian episode. I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a great episode. Honestly, it was in Boba Fett, but it was great.
It was a Mandalorian.
Yeah, and it was Star Wars at its best.
In the end of the day, your tattoo is a Mandalorian tattoo. Not really Boba Fett centric. I mean, it kind of is, but Mandalorian. So go Mandalorians!
Yay! See you guys next week.